But if you just want to do some work on your own, set up some cones, do a couple quick retreats. So this video, we're going to talk about how to start moving laterally when you're initially running linearly from a person who's being aggressive. It's pretty standard. Someone starts flying at you and your instinct is to move away from them. And a lot of the time that's the smartest thing to do, because if I start moving laterally right away, I might run into something. They might throw an arcing attack and catch me. There are also times where moving laterally right away is the perfect thing to do, but let's say either you need to move back or you just started to move backwards and then dang it, you were stuck doing that. Now, in a straight line, we have a finite amount of space in a ring. I move back, I move back, I move back, oh my God, I keep going bing, and now I'm running into a cage or I'm running into the ropes. But in a circle, you have an infinite amount of space. So what you do is you freak out and you start backing up and then you start circling. You could practice this with someone just like walking you down and then you back up and circle. But if you just want to do some work on your own, set up some cones, do a couple quick retreats. And when you start to see that last cone in your peripheral vision, then you start circling. And here's how you would technically do that. I go together apart, together apart. And when I want to start moving this way, it's easy. If I'm moving towards the side of my right leg, in my case being orthodox, I just do the same thing with the together apart, but I just start to circle. I'm being chased, and 1 and 2, oh, boom. Chasing, I back up, I circle, I pump the brakes and hit them is another thing you can practice. So you can just straight up run away, run, and circle, reset, get yourself into a better position, or you can practice pumping the brakes, and you can catch them with that punch. When moving the other way, there's an interesting little dynamic. So like I was saying, from here, I can just go and start circling the same way I was moving back. No break in the sequence. Together apart, together apart, together apart. When going this way, like you can't just skip that part. You're gonna move back, and when you see that last cone, you'll have to take a step, and then it's the same stuff. Pretty easy stuff. Do that again, let's go slow. So, together apart, together apart. You need this foot to be close to the direction you're gonna go. So together apart, and 1 and 2, step, and then you just start again. So it's legitimately just leg back and get going. The implication thing. So I'm backing up, step and stop. It's not an issue unless it's an issue. I'm southpaw now. If I'm gonna fire into that gap from the space I left them to walk into, you're gonna have to be able to throw a southpaw punch, okay? So, and then I circle. If you don't wanna land in southpaw position and fire your punch, there's gonna be a necessary amount of time that it takes you to get into position. It's up to you whether you wanna practice southpaw or give up that time advantage you have. So I back up, I step, and I pivot before I punch. Chances are you're gonna miss your opportunity. Everything happens so fast, but that's how you would do that. And 1 and 2, step and go. You can punch, or you can step and go, pivot, and get back to work. You don't have to stop and try to punch them. You can also just use that movement to get yourself to a better real estate where you have space behind you, space to your sides, and then you can stand and bang a little bit, but just don't back yourself right up into a rope or into the cage where you've now really limited your ability to move, and your opponent's gonna know that and try to pin you against those ropes and beat you up.